So, it's Ellen, welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to teach you something. As you all know, my channel is about Korea, Korean culture, K-pop, and everything connected with Korea. And today I thought, I talk a lot about life in Korea, about K-pop, about all the problems that a foreigner can have in Korea, but I forgot about some simple things. For example, eating Korean food and especially using chopsticks. For some people it may seem easy to use, but I know that some people also can struggle when they order, for example, sushi and they try to use chopsticks just because you have to eat sushi with chopsticks. It's logical, it's a cultural thing. So that's why I wanted to make this video for some of you guys who don't know how to use chopsticks, and especially for those of you who plan to go to South Korea or to Japan or to China, to any Asian country where people use chopsticks when they eat. First of all, I will show you my chopsticks again because the form of my chopsticks are not really usual. Please focus on my chopsticks. They look like this. I don't really see if the focus is okay right now, but if I turn one chopstick like this, you may see that it's kind of thin on this side. So when we eat with chopsticks, we kind of have to hold them like this, so with this thick side. Before I came to Korea, I tried to use chopsticks, of course, because I thought that I have to prepare, I have to practice so that I could come to Korea and just use chopsticks like a real Korean person. But actually I found out that there are different types of chopsticks. Generally speaking, we can divide them to Korean chopsticks, Japanese chopsticks, and Chinese chopsticks. They're all actually different. Did you know that? I didn't know that. So the Korean chopsticks, they are made of metal and they have this form that I showed you right now. The Japanese chopsticks, they are usually made of wood and they are kind of round. They have this round shape. And Chinese chopsticks, I don't remember the material that they should be made of, but I guess, if I'm not mistaken, Chinese chopsticks, they're kind of square. They have this square shape. Anyway, in this video I will use my Korean chopsticks. So first of all, to show you how to use chopsticks, I want to start with breakfast. When we wake up, we usually have breakfast. I don't know what you guys usually eat, but here in Korea, I usually have like fried eggs or an omelette, something like this. So basically it's eggs. And I want to show you this plate. Actually, in the real life, I also add some cheese and tomatoes, like everything together. It's really delicious. But now, just for example, just to show you how to use chopsticks, I wanted to make this simple fried egg. So first of all, when we hold chopsticks, we kind of divide them to like upper chopstick and let's say bottom chopstick. The whole thing is that when you hold the bottom chopstick, you have to hold it with these two fingers. Your bottom chopstick doesn't actually move. And then when you eat, only the upper chopstick should be moving like this. And when you hold a food, anything, something, you kind of catch it with an upper chopstick. Here you can see that we have like one big piece of egg. So the whole thing is that you have to divide it with your chopsticks to little pieces, and when you hold your chopstick, you kind of do like this. So, and then you eat. Actually, I already had breakfast, but I'm really hungry right now because seeing food makes you hungry. And also, when you have a big piece of food, you kind of hold it, like this, make a little piece and just eat like this. So let's say that we had our breakfast, we had a lot of time to work or study or whatever you do after breakfast, and then we get to lunch. So what do I usually eat for lunch in Korea? To tell you the truth, I think in most cases it's rice. Yeah, Korean people really like rice. They eat rice with everything. So let's change the plates. Here is the rice. I have a little bit of rice right here. I actually got used to eat rice with seaweed too, like Korean people do, and vegetables. And I also like to mix rice with eggs together, like fry them. So now I want to show you just an example of how to eat rice with chopsticks. And actually, for me, it was like the hardest thing when I just came to Korea. How can you eat rice with chopsticks? It's not really comfortable. But actually it is, because usually Korean rice, I don't know how they do it, how they grow rice in Korea, but Korean rice is kind of really sticky. So here is how I do it. You kind of put your chopsticks deeper into rice. You take out like this. So the whole rice is on the upper side, and you kind of have a little time to eat everything before it falls down. Of course, I'm not a professional of eating rice with chopsticks. I'm still studying hard and practicing hard, but actually it's pretty easy if you don't have a spoon, if you don't have other way. If you are hungry, you will learn how to eat rice with chopsticks. And actually there is an easier way to eat rice when you eat it with seaweed. So you just take a little piece of this seaweed and you put it on your rice, and then you take your chopsticks and you put it, you know, like a little wider like this on this seaweed, this piece of seaweed. You catch it and then you take out. And the thing is that the rice will be inside this skim, this seaweed, and you just eat it. So let's say we finished with rice, with lunch, and let's move right to the dinner. So for dinner, I usually try to eat something not really heavy. I want to show you how to, for example, eat this salad. This salad is with tofu and cucumber. So it's actually, I think it's the easiest kind of food to eat with chopsticks, because you just take your chopsticks and just catch and eat. That's it. And of course, I did not forget about the noodles. Korean food is also about the noodles. And I don't even talk about it today, and I don't show you how to eat noodles with chopsticks, because I think that you guys already mastered it. When Korean people eat soup, they also use chopsticks sometimes, but in general, it's more comfortable for them to use the spoon, because you know, there is water, so you can eat water with chopsticks. And they also use spoon when it's, for example, rice with some kind of a liquid sauce or something like this. It's kind of mixed together. In this case, yeah, Korean people also usually use a spoon. So this is actually it, what I prepared for you for today. And the only thing that I want to tell you is that using chopsticks is not really hard. The only thing that you have to do is practice all the time. Try to use chopsticks when you have some meals. And actually, I want you to challenge yourself. Spend the whole day using only chopsticks. Like when you eat breakfast, when you eat lunch and dinner, everything. Even if it's just cornflakes, try to use chopsticks when you eat cornflakes. Really. Of course, it may be really uncomfortable and it may look really weird, but this is for practice. You need to practice how to catch any kind of food with your chopsticks. You can also try to use chopsticks when you move some little things from one place to another. It can be, for example, peas, or you know, this little things that you can catch with chopsticks and just move to different side. You can, like any little thing that you can catch with your chopsticks and just move to different place. So this will be a really good practice, and I know that at first time when you use chopsticks a lot, you will feel pain in your whole hand. I know it. I still have it a little, but at the beginning when I just came to Korea, it was really a lot. It was really painful for me to eat. So yeah, you just have to practice and practice. So this is it for today. I hope you find this video useful a little bit, and I told you and showed you something new that you didn't know before. Like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.